And good evening, everybody. This is Davey Jones. We're live from the Bucyrus Pizza Hut on the YouTube page. And our show is brought to you tonight on WQEL by Matt Studer at Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Kia, a mile east of the Richland Mall. Coach Tim Plumley, Mohegan Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Doug Ludold, everybody, in Advanced Fiber Technology. Rob Lust, Edgefield Animal Clinic, Marion. Matt Ramsey, John Ziegler, Drew Young, and Frank Heinlein at Bucyrus Blade serving worldwide market since 1951. And Roger Brown at Winks Lock and Safe, South Poplar and West Warren Street, Bucyrus. Privileged to welcome to our microphones now the head coach of the men's program at Wynford High School, Mike Smith. And Mike and I were having a nice conversation before we went on the air. Mike played basketball and football. We were talking about his Little League career. And well, you know, it was a nice Little League career. You got to play in the state championship. You didn't quite make the state championship, but you had a nice run.
Absolutely, it was a fun time.
Yeah, the Emerson brothers were your coaches.
Tom and Ken,
and they did. And Ken's still around. And you ever see Ken once in a while?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Ken. They were both great coaches and good guys, and I remember that real well. Coach, let's talk a little bit about you, your coaching background.
Let's see. When I got out of college, I started at Cardinal Stritch High School.
I know it's Cardinal Stritch oh wow.
Absolutely. They played Wynford, I think, in a regional tournament one year.
Really?
And they played in the Toledo City League. So I got a really good awakening right away as a JV varsity assistant coach.
I don't think they're in the City League anymore, are they?
They're in the TAC, I believe, with Ottawa Hills and some of the smaller schools.
Yeah.
We were over our head.
Yeah. Well, the City League was different now. I'm from Toledo originally, and back when I was there, Central Catholic, St. Ursula, St. Francis, and St. John's. Well, St. John's didn't even exist when I was there, but St. Francis and Central Catholic.
I remember going to Toledo Scott. And
Beautiful school.
It is. We're way over our heads, though.
Yeah.
Yes, way over our heads. But we played hard.
Yeah, and Toledo Wade, the gymnasium at Toledo Wade was kind of an interesting gymnasium, but it wasn't, the football stadium was more cool than that, it's sitting there right on the river.
Yeah.
So, listen, let's get back to Wynford. Your coaching background, you started at Cardinal Stritch.
Yeah, that was I coached there for about 6 years, JV varsity assistant, and then I ended up coming back here.
All right.
To Seneca for about 10 years.
All right.
And I helped out there with the JV varsity, did a little junior high, came back to Wynford, finally got back to Wynford. And
are we teaching that?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
teaching what?
So 8th grade science.
8th grade science.
Interesting year with the 8th graders.
Okay.
But
would you like to elaborate on that a little bit, or?
That's just different. That's a weird age group. I love the kids, but they, hormonally, they're going through a lot of weird things at that time.
And you were teaching what grade level prior to that?
Basically the same. When I was at Seneca, I was 8th grade.
All right.
So it was. I did a little junior high for Tim Ayersman.
All right.
He was the coach. Didn't really help with the varsity. Then 3 years ago, Steve Moore asked me to help. I was his varsity assistant for 3 years.
All right.
Until he retired last year.
All right. So what have you learned over the last several years about coaching? And is it a lot different in Northwest Ohio at Cardinal Stritch than it is down here in the Farm Belt at Wynford?
I don't know. It's still basketball. Still, everybody's doing the same stuff. It's just different players. Catholic school, you can kind of get who you want versus a public school. I guess my style comes from playing for Rob Sheldon at Wynford, more of a fast-paced man-to-man style.
How much has the game changed since Rob Sheldon days?
I would say even through Rob's career, it's changed a lot. When we first started, we were pushing the basketball and fast break press and all that.
The running the Royals.
Towards the end of Rob's career, it was more slow down. And he really emphasized defense, which wasn't the thing when I played.
I remember five passes.
Yeah. So it's changed a lot. I mean, the defensive hand checking is different now. And, you couldn't get away with that when I played.
Did you think part of it changed because of the types of kids that he had on the team, as opposed to necessarily the style of the game?
I think probably a little bit. I mean, our football program really kind of took off towards the end of Rob's career. And I think we started to get more football players that were, a little tougher, maybe a little stronger, maybe change the game a little bit, maybe weren't as fast. But I think he adapted. Like any good coach, you're going to adapt to who you have.
Talk to me a little bit about the strengths of this ball club. Is it fair to say that Wynford is in a rebuilding program, or is that a bad term?
I guess you could say that. I don't want it to be in a rebuilding stage. I know
Well, we didn't have as many victories last year.
we did not have that many victories last year, but I don't know if it was just the year we had, the COVID. We shut down like twice, I believe, and that kind of hurt us from getting any momentum going. I don't know what the answer was from last year. We just didn't play well. We just didn't get off to a good start, and things snowballed. It was not a fun year last year.
Right. How is this year going to be different? Do we have new personnel? Do we another year of experience? Do we graduate a lot? Are we learning a lot?
We graduated about 6 guys from last year. I have three seniors. Avery, Langenderfer, Affiliator, and James Schieffer are all coming back. I think we have a nice mix of younger kids that are kind of thrown in. We're going to probably start a couple sophomores. And I think we have 3 or 4 sophomores on our varsity right now. We had a freshman that might play a little bit. So
I understand we have one young man who's got some height too.
and we do have a 6'8" freshman.
All right.
Now, he's a little raw yet. Didn't
Okay.
really work yet, but I think he's going to play he'll play freshman and a little bit of JV this year. So hopefully in a year, we can get him where we need to.
Right.
Good football year.
Good football year for this young man.
Yeah, I think he started on the offensive line for the football team. So there's some athleticism there.
All right. What do you expect out of this league this year?
Well, I think you obviously start with Crawford. Crawford's going to have a lot of kids coming back, and year in, year out, David does a really good job. They know their system. They just fit kids in year out. Jeff Winslow at Upper does a really good job with his kids. All done at Mohawk. Again, another great program. I don't know where we fit right now. We'll see. We'll see quickly where we fit. Hopefully it's somewhere towards the top.
All right. We're going to break for a second. We're going to come back and we're going to talk with Avery Langenderfer, who's a veteran of this program. He's been here before and with the football program. We'll do that in just one moment. Our show brought to you by the Burkhardt family at Burkhardt Farm Sales, your Case IH dealer. Farmers serving farmers on the Manette Winchester Road. Rod Steiger and everybody at Pizza Hut, Bucyrus and Galleon, the host of our show since 1992. Vince Ponziani and everybody at Waycraft Industries. North Central State College, Mansfield, the Crawford Success Center, Bucyrus. Anna Newton, Wendy's, downtown Bucyrus and Upper Sandusky. Lee Plymel, Brad Seibert, Plymel Insurance Group, Bucyrus and Galleon. Avery Langenderfer is here right now, and Avery played football with the Royals. And talk to me about the transition from football to basketball. You got your basketball legs yet? What's the most difficult thing transcending from football into basketball?
I do have my basketball legs underneath me right now, but football conditioning and basketball conditioning is a lot different because you don't get a lot of breaks in between plays or whatever. Mm-hmm. You're always moving in basketball.
All right. So and I'm getting this from talking to other basketball players, but correct me if I'm wrong. You have to get your wind back. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Get your breath back.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
Yeah.
How difficult is that for you and other guys who are transcending from football to basketball?
It's not really hard for me because I've been doing it for a really long time. I'm a 3-sport athlete, so I don't really get a break in between seasons.
What other sport? What do you play in the spring?
Baseball.
Baseball. So talk to me a little bit about what you expect out of your son. What positions are you going to be playing this year for the Royals, and a little bit about the goals that you have.
My position, I'm a guard.
All right. Shooting guard, point guard.
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard.
Some of my goals, I would like to have a lot of rebounds and get out on our break, and then get it to my guys like James Schieffer, Affiliator, and then if I get open shot, I'll take it.
Right. Move the ball up the floor and see if you can pound it inside a little bit. If not, you're going to shoot maybe a three.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. You know, we talked to Coach a little bit about the other teams in the league. You know, pretty much coincide with him, Colonel Crawford, and some of these the big teams to be.
Yep.
And what did you get a chance to see any of those guys this summer? Play a little bit of summer basketball with them at all?
No. I got to play some summer baseball with some of the guys.
All right. And that was the high priority this summer other than football then.
Yeah.
So you're getting how many did you get a chance to shoot or do any shoot arounds for the in the summer in the gym at Wynford this year?
Yeah, I always came after weightlifting, and then there was some open gyms over the summer that I came to.
All right. Senior this year?
Yep.
All right. College?
Yep.
Where?
Hockey college.
Hockey college. That's down by the river, isn't it?
Southern Ohio. Yeah.
So it's down by Ohio University, right?
Yeah.
In Athens County?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've been majoring in what?
Natural resources and law enforcement.
All right, buddy. Good luck for that.
Thank
I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to break for a second as we pass the microphone back to Coach, and we'll talk a little bit about Coach when we get back. We're going to talk about your first games coming up, when, where, and so on and so forth. Show brought to you by Luann Krebs at River's Edge Embroidery, Screen Printing, and Signs. They're located on Route 309, right across the street from the Marion Depot. Dr. Thomas M. Britton Clubview Vision Center. Also, Mike Kleinite at Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, and Marion. The Ohio State University of Marion, a Big Ten education close to home. Ted Coder and Monarch Body Shop up in Dutchtown, and Blythe Freedley and Todd McDougal at Freedley and Company Insurance in New Washington. Coach Mike Smith rejoins us right now. Coach, first game coming up when?
Wednesday.
This Wednesday. Oh my God, they kind of threw a quick one at you there.
Yeah, we
Usually,
did this last year too. I'm not a big fan of it. I would rather start on a weekend, but
all right.
it is what it is. We start with Old Ford at home.
All right. And they usually have a pretty good basketball program. They don't have any football. So everybody concentrates on basketball, and everybody is playing basketball in September and October when you guys are playing football.
It's a little advantage, I would say.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Just a bit, but hey,
And they also seem to get a lot of kids there who are just very talented in basketball.
they're very talented again this year.
All right. So what's the scoop with that, Coach?
They have a really good post player. He's about 6'8".
All right.
That we're gonna have trouble with, but I think we match up pretty well this year. They lost a lot of people from their team last year, a lot of their guards, but they're still pretty good kids. So I've watched 3 or 4 scrimmages, film on them. I think we match up pretty well. We're gonna have to play.
Other than a big post player.
We're gonna have to play really well.
How big's our biggest post player?
I'd say Jaren's about 6'5", and
Okay,
I have a sophomore that's about 6'5" too. So.
All right. So we're giving up maybe 3 inches there.
Yeah,
All right.
and their post player plays a lot on the perimeter, so he's not always.
So he's a
posting
guy.
up.
He's a guy that can go inside and then come outside, shoot the 3 as
Yeah,
well.
he's a good player, really good player.
All right. First league game.
We were supposed. We play Upper, but it's a week Saturday, the next Saturday.
A week from Saturday.
Yeah, we got a week in between our games, and then we were supposed to play at Hopewell, who's
Still playing football.
and then Cary, who's still
Still playing football.
So we might have a stretch where we're going game, week off.
All right. And then in January, when we got 5 feet of snow on the ground, you're going to end up with a bunch of back-to-back-to-backs.
I would assume that's probably going to happen. We'll be playing an NBA schedule at some point.
All right. Listen, Coach, I appreciate you and your team coming out tonight. You're always welcome back, and I know we've got a schedule with you, but we're looking forward to talking to you here on the show.
We appreciate you having us and all the good work that you guys do.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Coming up next is Buckeye Central. We'll take care of that in just a moment, right here on WQEL Facebook.